everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to continue on. I know, I'm sure some of you thought that your girl just dropped the ball on the last few videos of this series, but not to worry, here we are. We are going to continue on with our Sniff Session series where we are sniffing our way through the current 2022 Fall and Winter Scentsy catalog. We are sniffing our way through each and every category. We are sniffing each individual scent. I'm giving you my honest opinions if I have an experience on melting them and all of the things. I love doing this each and every year, even if it's scents that have been around for a while. It's kind of fun to revisit. And of course, if you are new here, hello and welcome. This is always a good opportunity to get someone's opinion on what something smells like, just beyond a scent description, because the scent description can be a little difficult sometimes. So a lot of times I do agree with the description. Sometimes I'm like, no, my nose goes way this way. So I like to kind of just give you my point of view of these scents as well. So today we are going to be sniffing our way through the woods category of fragrances. There are 13 fragrances to sniff through, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one, and I also tell you whether or not I believe it is in the right category or not, which may or may not matter to anybody, but it's just something I like to do. So Around the Campfire. This scent absolutely 1,000,000% belongs in the woods category, 100%. It absolutely does. This is straight woodsy, smoky, woodsy. That's all it is. There is a little sweetness to this, but it's not like, I don't know if there's like, if they say that there's marshmallow in here, it's not like that. Like, I know some people will say that this reminds them of Marshmallow Fireside from Bath & Body Works. I disagree. I think this is a lot more smoky, a lot more woodsy, but there is a little sweetness to this. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I know a lot of people really, really love this scent because it does remind them of camping and that like around the campfire kind of feel. So yeah, if that's you, have at it. Go for it. Around the Campfire, make some memories in the mountain air as notes of fresh fallen wood and smoky embers help set the scene. Absolutely, I would 1,000,000% agree with this scent description. It's smoky and woodsy. That's what it is. Around the Campfire has made a return for the fall and winter season. Okay, next one is Be Merry. I know we have talked about this one. I think this one was actually in the holiday collection. So I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on this, but it's berries and tree. It's a tree and berry scent. So does it belong in the woods category? I can see it. It's not necessarily a stretch for me. I think it does. I think it fits in the woods category, but for me, this is more like winter fruity with a touch of tree. It's so good. I love this one. This one, every time I smell it, I'm like ready to whip out my Christmas tree. I'm like, let's do this. Okay, Be Merry is joy abounds in pine boughs dotted with holly leaf and cassis. So nice. I love this one. Okay, next one. Oh, this one totally took me by surprise when this was a new release last year. Blue Sage and Tonka. So for me, if you know me, you know your girl here is I'm all about the bakery. I'm all about fruity, but mostly bakery. I'm just like, I'm here for it. I appreciate earthy scents. I appreciate woodsy scents, but typically I'm like, is it like earth shattering? Is this like club worthy? No, but this absolutely is. There is something so unique and so earthy and lovely about this scent that I just love it. This went into my club, and that says something, because usually the only like earthy scent that goes into my club during the spring and summer season is Very Snowy Spruce, because that's my favorite like Christmas tree scent that Scentsy does. But this one, oh man, this is so good. And I love this all year. This is not like winter specific for me. This one, I crave it when I'm wanting something like fresh, clean, and earthy. It's really, really nice. Blue Sage and Tonka is described as revel in the richness of midnight sage and black lavender over the sultry sweetness of tonka bean. So the tonka bean is adding the sweetness, but I think it's that like midnight sage and black lavender that's like adding some depth to this and it is just lovely. I really, really love this one. Hands down, this will absolutely be in my top 6 scents because, oh, I love it. This one totally took me by surprise. I remember smelling it thinking, oh, this is nice. And then I remember warming it and I'm like, oh, this is nice. I like this. So definitely a keeper for sure. Okay, next one we're gonna talk about is Cashmere and Corduroy. And you know, this one, I don't know that I agree belongs in the woods category. This one's kind of a tough one because it's like, well, if it's not in the woods, where does it go? I think I would probably put this in floral. So good. I feel like if you like cozy cardigan, this one, Cashmere and Corduroy, is her fancier older sister. Beautiful. I am obsessed with this scent. This one also goes into my club. It is beautiful. So not sure that I really agree that it belongs in the woods category, but I do agree that it's a bestseller though. Ding, ding, ding. So good. Cashmere and Corduroy. Wrap yourself up in the coziness of creamy vanilla, Sicilian bergamot, and cashmere sandalwood. I love sandalwood scents. Oh, so good. So love this. I guess maybe I would agree since there is some sandalwood in here, but it's not so predominant. Like you don't smell this and you're like, oh yeah, this totally reminds me of around the campfire. Like you don't think, I don't know, like I feel like, And I know that woodsy scents, as well as any scent category, they can range a million different ways, but I don't know. It's fine. It's lovely. I love this so much. Okay, next one is Cedar Cider. This absolutely belongs in the wood category. And this is a great one that it's a apple cider scent, but the apple cider, in case you're someone who you're like, I want the wood to really like come out and I want the wood to be the star of the show in this scent, not necessarily the apple. The apple is more of an afterthought on this scent. This is more cedar. It is straight up cedar, and then you have the sweetness of the apple that comes through on the back end, and it's really, really nice. So this one, so nice. I feel like this just reminds me of like a wood cabin somewhere. It's really, really nice. But you do have that little hint of sweetness of the apple that comes through, but it's not the apple that's in the forefront. It is that cedar for sure. So Cedar Cider is an autumn medley of the reddest apples, cinnamon sticks, and vanilla beans nestled among fragrant white cedar branches. If you're someone who you're like, oh, I hate vanilla, this doesn't smell like, I don't pick up any vanilla whatsoever. It might kind of smooth out the fragrances a little bit, but, and the cinnamon sticks, it's really apples and cedar. That's what's in here. So that is Cedar Cider. Okay, next one is a brand new one. So we already talked about this and I haven't had a chance to actually warm it yet, but I'm planning on warming it here pretty soon. Falling Apples. And I am here for a good fall apple scent. So this one is more apple forward. So that's why for me, I'm like, maybe this belongs more in the fruity category, but I guess they kind of have to like distribute out the fragrances so there's not like one massive category and like one that's like super small. Although we do have a super small citrus and floral category, which will combine together, but I mean, this isn't gonna categorize as a citrus scent at all. But it's more of that woodsy apple scent, but it's that apple that's really shining through, and it's a really good, true, authentic apple. Like you almost smell like the apple peel or apple rind. It's really, really good. And then a little woodsy finish there. So I would agree that this is okay for the woods category. Falling Apples is described as take a stroll through an orchard lined with crisp apple, acorn, and oak. And I would absolutely agree with this. Absolutely. So that is Falling Apples. Okay, next one is Huckleberry Hideaway. And what's so funny about this one, and I'm sorry because this is another new release and so we've already talked about this, but Huckleberry Hideaway was the one that I was looking forward to most out of the new releases, but after smelling it, it's the one I like the least. And it's not that I don't like it, it's just missing like a freshness to it. there's just something missing for me here, but I'm still gonna play around with it and see what we can come up with. But it is sweet, it is tart, and it's nice. Like I said, it's not my favorite, which is so funny because I love me Huckleberry Sage. Oh, so good. And so I thought because of that, I thought I would absolutely love this, but it's good. Like I said, it's just, I feel like I'm missing something. So I almost feel like I want to mix Huckleberry Sage with Huckleberry Hideaway, see what happens. But Huckleberry Hideaway, fresh picked huckleberry, mountain violet, and crisp white woods create the perfect retreat. So it's not crazy like in your face with the crisp white woods. It's really not. It really is more of a like sweet tart berry. Like this, it almost like gets you right here with like how tart it is. But it's good. I would probably categorize this as fruity personally, but I guess there's woods in there. So that is Huckleberry Hideaway. Okay, next one is iced pine. And one thing I can tell you that Scentsy does really well is a good tree scent. They do really well with the tree scents, and iced pine is fantastic. Iced pine really is a true, it's a true tree scent with a little, I think this is the one that has some peppermint in it. So there's a little added coolness to this. At the end of, spoiler alert, very snowy spruce is in this as well. That's like my go-to tree scent, but this is another really nice one. If you prefer less sweet, more cool, iced pine would be the one that you would want to go with. So iced pine is a bestseller, and this is described as refreshing as a walk through newly fallen snow, green fir and pine kissed by icy peppermint. And I would absolutely agree with that. So, good. Iced pine. Okay, next one is Mystery Man. Mystery Man has been around for a minute, and this is in the woods category. This smells like a man. A mystery man. It smells like cologne. It smells like a fresh, clean man is what it smells like. So Mystery Man is warm white cedar, green verbena, and citrusy bergamot in a perfectly spiced, sensual fragrance. If you like those masculine cologne-y kind of scents, I think you'll really like this. Mystery Man is a favorite here in our house too, so really good. So that is Mystery Man. Okay, and up next we have Toasted Acorn and Oak. And this one was actually a part of our harvest collection last year, and I'm so happy it came back. This is so nice. This is, you get the sweetness of the acorn, the nuttiness, but then you have that earthy oak that comes through. It's a really nice balance because I personally love the sweetness, but like I said, then you have that earthy element that comes through, which is really nice. So Toasted Acorn and Oak is toasted acorn and creamy chestnut roasted over golden oak, bring warmth to a crisp evening. So really nice. Maybe it's that chestnut that's giving me like even more like sweet vibes, but really good. It is nutty, it is woodsy, it is sweet, and it is so good. So Toasted Acorn and Oak. Okay, next one. My tree scent of choice is Very Snowy Spruce. This, like I said, is my favorite. I love this. I'll always, oh man, this is just so good. There is just something to this scent that just, nothing else matters. Like this is just so dang good. And there's a reason why this goes into my club every spring and summer season, because I don't want a winter season without Very Snowy Spruce. It is, it's a sweet tree scent. It's tree, but there's sweetness. And that's why a lot of people will ask, well, what's the difference? There's so many different tree scents. What's the difference? You can smell the difference. Oh, so good. And iced pine, really good, but it's more of that just like icy tree scent, cool tree. Very Snowy Spruce is more sweet tree, if that makes sense. But let me know if you agree. If you've smelled this and you agree, let me know. It's a bestseller. I'm not surprised. Very Snowy Spruce is breathe in fresh forest air, balsam, spruce, and cedar branches. That's what it is. Embrace the warmth of amber and woody pine cones. Is anyone else surprised that I'm obsessed with a scent that has amber in it? Nope, I'm not. I always forget that there's amber in this, but it doesn't surprise me. It's the amber. I love amber scents. Shut the front door. It is so good. Okay. All right. Next, we've got just 2 more to talk about here. All right. Weathered leather. We are going to talk about weathered leather. This is one that I love and Shawn hates. This takes me back. I think this totally smells like a leather shop. Absolutely. Back in the day, I used to work at the Men's Warehouse, and this always reminds me of going back into the shoe room, or like when we would unpack the leather belts right out, like out of the shipment. This smells like a leather shop. It is so good. And for me, it's so authentic. I love this. Shawn thinks it smells like plastic. I had this in my car, and whoo, she is strong, friends. Very, very strong in wax, in whatever form you get it in, really strong. I had this in a car bar in my car, and Shawn was like, I cannot with this scent. He's like, it just smells like plastic. I cannot do it. And so I'm kind of bummed because I really love this scent, and this triggers all kinds of scent memories for me of back, you know, working at the Men's Warehouse and walking back into the shoe room. And, you know, it just, I don't know, it brings me back, and I really, really like it. So I think they nailed a leather shop to a T for sure. So weathered leather is step into an old-fashioned saddle shop, ding, 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 brimming with dark suede, tooled leather, and vintage saddles over a backdrop of oak. It smells like leather. To me, it smells like leather. I know it's really hit or miss. People are either like, yes, it's dead on leather, or no, this smells like burning plastic or whatever, but I think it smells like leather. It really, really does to me. So that's weathered leather. My sad story. Okay, last but most certainly not least is white amber antique. And this one is another kind of masculine cologne-y scent. So if you like those kind of, this totally smells like eternity. I say oh because my dad used to wear eternity. So this kind of smells like my dad. So, this makes me sad. But it totally smells like a cologne. Really, really nice. If you like those like masculine cologne-y kind of scents, that is white amber antique. Not to be confused with white amber and silk. Very, very different scents. Like them both, but very, very different. So white amber antique is your cologne-y kind of scent here. White amber antique is described as alluring amber. Antique, flirt with fresh bergamot. So I can see that. There's not a ton of sweetness that amber usually brings to the table here, but it's probably fine, just fine with a little less. But oh, so good. Really, really enjoy that too. Okay, so that is the Woods collection for the Fall Winter 2022 catalog. So you know what's next? I have to pick 6. So let's see here. I kind of started making 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. You know what? I'm doing it because these are mine and not Shawn's. Okay, let's do these here. So if you are interested in my top 6 picks from this category, not in any particular order, Very Snowy Spruce has to make my list. Absolutely. Next one would be Merry. Followed up by Blue Sage and Tonka, the surprise of a lifetime here. I just didn't think this was gonna be anything super special. Next thing I know, I'm like, I can't live without it. Okay, and then we've got 3 more. Cashmere and corduroy, absolutely beautiful scent. Love, 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 can't live without it. Cedar cider would be in my top 6. And because this is my top 6 and not Shawn's top 6, I'm going with weathered leather. Why the heck not? I think they nailed it. That's what they were going for. So that would be my top 6 picks for the woods category of the 2022 fall and winter catalog. Let me know down below in the comments what would be your top picks from the woods category. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content, if you like this series. If you haven't had a chance to check out the rest of the series, I will link it down below in the description. It's also in my playlist, so if you want to check out the other videos from this series, we are coming up to kind of sort of the end. We've got 1, 2, 3 more categories to talk about in this series, so hopefully they won't be as spaced out as this one was, but since he's just dropping things here and there, so I've got to keep you up to date with the things that are coming out. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all things Scentsy. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.